President Zelensky at a concert here at NATO, just hours after he had expressed frustration on Twitter, saying, quote, "It seems there is no readiness neither to invite Ukraine to NATO nor to make it a member of the alliance. Uncertainty is weakness, and I will openly discuss this at the summit." NBC's Monica Alba joins me here now. Monica, that was an unexpected appearance by Zelensky. Dramatic.
It was, Andrea, and there were some questions about his arrival here and exactly what he would be doing in terms of participating in the summit, given those earlier remarks and tweets in response to the uncertainty, as President Zelensky put it. And we did just see a joint communique here from the leaders at NATO talking about one of these main issues that, of course, President Zelensky has been focused on, specifically when and how Ukraine could potentially be invited to join the alliance. And the communique is very clear that it says it will only be extending an invite to Ukraine to join if allies agree and if conditions are met. And this is something that the United States has also been talking about for some time as a possibility, as something they would like to see happen, but without being able to say that for certain it can take place as the war continues, of course, to rage on in Ukraine. But you did see President Zelensky there, and the backdrop to the entirety of this gathering from these leaders is to provide a show of support for Ukraine. And that comes clearly from commitments in defense spending, security agreements, and all of that. But clearly, President Zelensky would like to see more. So that will be a big part of the conversation we expect tomorrow when President Biden does meet with the president of Ukraine here. And we did just see President Biden also meeting with President Erdogan of Turkey here in Vilnius, discussing the fact that Sweden is now going to be allowed to go through those final steps to join NATO, something that many of the leaders wanted to see but weren't sure was going to actually come together this week during this consequential summit here in Lithuania. Andrea.
And, of course, here in Lithuania, the Baltic countries are the most eager for Ukraine to officially become members of NATO, even before the war ends. You can see the blue and yellow, gold flags everywhere here. The show of support here, Monica, was really very significant for him.
Significant and something that is clearly also top of mind in an even more intense context when you think of where the war is right now and the uncertainty 500 days in, with many officials wondering just how this will end, what the off-ramps, what the end game could be here, and certainly also the armed rebellion in Russia of the last couple of weeks, the positioning of President Putin. That is also the critical context here that President Zelensky and President Biden have wanted to talk about, again, pledging that no matter what happens, there will be continued support for Ukraine.